Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on the time you're watching this video. This is Yogesh Agiwal from Crossover Leadership Journeys. It's a pleasure to connect with you on video and hope you guys are doing well and being safe with this COVID times. I always wanted to actually connect with the participants with this form of video so that you can use, I can connect with them on the material that I teach in the class or for new people, any of the leadership topic, this can be a nice way to connect with them. So the plan is that I'm going to do one video every fortnight on one of the leadership topics, and then you can write about the topic in the comments section, or you can also write which are the leadership areas you want me to talk about. And at Crossover Leadership Journey is the company that I run has got 36 different leadership topics. So you can tell me which area you would like me to talk about. And I think that would help you to understand that topic. And as many of you know, I don't come from an HR or L&D background. I am a hardcore IT professional till 2009, and it's about 10 years that I've been in leadership. So the advantage I think I can bring is that I can bring a lot of the real life experiences in with the world class content. Yeah, so you will see that most of the thing that I'll talk about is how you can apply that in your personal and professional life. Uh, I would also request you to keep one notepad or pen along with you, because I think as I speak, these are going to be fairly long videos. So you will have at least about 20, 25 minutes of video that I will talk about. So, and in between, I think I would ask you to make some notes or, you know, think about some introspection. So good to have the notepad. And I'm going to touch on the professional and personal front also. So if you want to get your family members also to listen, I think good, you can do that. So the plan is every fortnight I will create one video on the topic of your choice, and you can also write in the comment section if you have any questions on what I spoke. So what I will do is during these 15 days I will respond to those questions, clarify anything that you may have. Yeah. Today's topic is emotional intelligence, and if you would have seen in social media that I have done fairly a large amount of workshops. So I think I've done 176 workshops so far. So the advantage there is that I can bring those experiences to share with you as we go along in the video. So I'm also going to share the screen so that, somewhere we can use the slides that I'm going to use. So let me share the screen and use couple of screens here. So let me try and use this screen. So for today's topic, I'm doing emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is not a new topic. I think it has been there for quite some time. But it became popular in 1990s when Daniel Goleman and some of the other researchers, there was a research done where they were seeing that the people who are contributing, to the college, like the alumni people, the research was to find out that how are they doing in their academic, how was their score in the academic. So they started looking at their academic score, and they found that a lot of these people actually were not like really great in their academic. Some were average, some were, you know, uh, even somewhere not even graduates. I mean, they dropped out in between. So then they said that let's look at people who are good at academics and how are they doing there in their lives. And then they saw that most of these people actually who were very good in academics were not so great in their real life. So then the researchers said that what's the difference? How come the people who are good in academics are not so great in real life, and the people who were not good in academics are so good in the real life? So what they realize is that their ability to manage setbacks, their ability to stay focused on the goals, their ability to inspire people around them was different than the people who were good in academics. So that doesn't mean that we are saying that academic is not all right. I think we give enough respect. But I think along with academic, if you don't have emotional intelligence, then you are not as successful as these people were. And Daniel Goleman wrote this book called Emotional Intelligence, and that really became very, very popular. And since then, I think this topic has become one of the most sought after topic, in any organization. So if you look at the competency dictionary of many of the companies, you will find emotional intelligence coming on the top. And this led to this popularity. And today, I think every company is really valuing this skill. And in today's time, when we are facing these challenging times, I think it is all the more, critical that we build our skill on this area. So if I were to do a regular workshop, I think I would, do a complete exercise of, going through a check-in exercise. But I think on a video, I would just directly ask you a question that, what is the difference between a feeling and an emotion? So you can maybe take few minutes and think about what is the difference between feeling and emotion. Yeah, you can write down in the notepad that I talked about, that I asked you to keep besides you. So some of you would have written that feeling comes first and emotion comes later, or somebody would say that emotions comes first and feelings comes later, or some of you would have written that feelings are long term and emotions are short term. Somebody would say emotions you can feel it, whether feelings. So there could be multiple ways you would have written, in your notepad. But if you look at Google, I think you'll find lots and lots of definition. So I did a lot of research, or I did a lot of study of the work of Richard Boyd, Annie McKay, and Daniel Goleman. And when I looked at all this research, even Dr. Travis Bradbury, I kind of picked up the best from all of them to really make you understand the difference between feeling and emotion. So there are fundamentally four feelings that we have: sad, glad, mad, and scared. It's very nice to remember. It's easy to remember also. Sad, glad, mad, scared. Yeah. So if you look at a small child, who is maybe just a year or so, who doesn't even speak, but he actually has this four feeling in his. It's born with him. So if you're not with him for some time, he'll become sad. If you play with him, he'll become glad. If he's hungry, he'll become mad and he'll roll on the floor until you feed him. And he'll become scared if nobody's around. So it's born with us. These four feelings are born with us, and it continues with us as we grow up. And then the emotion starts playing in. So the emotions are a manifestation of feeling. Now, if you read psychology, you would see that I think a lot of our experiences are kind of registered in our limbic system by the age of 9, and most of our behavior, or the way we process our feeling and emotion, is based on those experiences before 9 years. So if I were to explain you this difference between feeling and emotion and how this manifests, uh, and how do we process this feeling, let me narrate a story with you. So I'll just switch off the screen for some time, talk about the story, and we'll switch it on again. So this story is about this girl called Geeta, and Geeta six is about 6 years old. Yeah, and she's been chosen to say the poem in the 26th January function in the school. and mom and dad and everybody has got her the frill frock, and they got her by hearting the whole poem. They invited all the relatives from Kakinada. I mean, I see in Hyderabad, so people around this Vizag and Vijayawada, and all the relatives have come, and everybody's very excited that Geeta is going to, you know, say the poem in front of in the school. So on this day, the entire first row is, with VIP rows. So everybody has got the VIP seat, and they're waiting for, Geeta to say the poem. And it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and Geeta is behind the curtain. Yeah, and the curtain is closed. So um, Geeta is, already behind the curtain. And as the curtain opens, Geeta forgets the first line of the poem. Now, if you are if you are beheaded in your career or in your school times, and if you forget the first line of the poem, what happens? You can't remember any line after the poem, and that's the same thing happens with Gita. So the more Gita tries to remember the poem, she's not able to remember, and then she looks at the dad, and then she looks at mom, and mom is also giving that staring look that, why are you not saying? We have spent so much money to get so many relatives here, and even the relatives are looking at her and saying that, why is she not saying? And the more they look at her, the more she is conscious, and she's not able to, say the poem. So maybe after about 5 or 7 minutes, she, comes out of the stage and makes a decision on that day. What's that decision? That decision is, from today, I will never go on the stage. I will never say, participate in public speaking. Now, this gets stored in the limbic system. Yeah. And now, fast forward her life to, you know, she joins crossover leadership journeys, and she's, whenever I tell her that, Geeta, tomorrow there is a customer presentation, she will say that, my mother is not well, or I have a doctor's appointment, or my grandmother passed away. These are three general reasons people give if they don't want to take up an assignment. Now, what is happening is that from that experience, which is stored in the limbic system, Geeta is operating, meaning she actually can do presentation today. I mean, whatever happened that time has no correlation with her performance today. Now, let me share the screen on the limbic system and rational brain. So when she looks at this, if you see this slide, you will see that here is where the experience of Gita is stored in the limbic system. And there is something called a rational brain or prefrontal cortex. Now, when Gita is saying that she's giving the reason to not do the thing, she's actually doing the emotions, she is processing the emotion. We call it as left side processing, which means the first feeling which she gets, which is either sad or mad or scared, one of the three she gets. And then she does left side processing of emotion, which means that it's like, shutting down the system, no option, I just can't do it. So there is no connection between the limbic system and the rational brain. Now, as she goes and learns this emotion intelligence, research, she could actually start first building the self-awareness that, yeah, I know that I have this challenge on doing presentations. So she tells me, Yogesh, can you do the first part of the presentation, and I'll take over after that. Yeah. I will join, Toastmasters Club, which is a very nice place to develop my presentation skills. Yeah. So that is right side processing of emotion. So right side processing of emotions is like upward spiral. It generates lots of endorphins in your body. It gives you a lot of ideas. Left side processing is shutting down the system. The body secretes cortisol. You're not able to think about ideas. Now, if we continue to operate with our limbic system of whatever experiences we had, we tend to do more left side processing. If we were to start building the self awareness and start connecting our limbic system with the prefrontal cortex, then we start doing right side processing. So, the more I do right side processing, the more I am able to rewrite my limbic system. So, after some time, maybe after a year or so, when Geeta continues to practice her presentation skills, becoming self aware, does right side processing, she actually becomes a person who is performing much better than what she would otherwise if she had not operating with right side processing. So all of you should now in next 15 days look at what are the areas you are not able to do. Yeah. And look at build the self-awareness. So the moment somebody says something to you and you just go in the left side processing, just take a pause, connect your limbic with rational brain and do right side processing. Yeah. And see how many times you are doing left side processing and how many times you are doing right side processing. In the comments below, you can try this out and tell me in the comments that how has been your processing by left and right. And then maybe I can respond to you on the comments. And let's see how it works for you. And next video, I will continue the emotional intelligence topic because there are a couple of more interesting and important things that you should know about emotional intelligence. And I think in this COVID scenario, if you do left side processing, then you will get very upset with the environment. You will curse that why am I locked in like this? You will get upset with everything. But if you do right side processing, you will have many new ideas. Like with my right side processing, I started creating the videos today. And this is my first video, so I really don't have a very nice mic for recording. So I'm just using my regular laptop for recording. So maybe the voice may not be as good, but I will surely get a nice mic and gear to create videos because my plan is for sure I'll create 2 videos every month on various leadership topics. So looking forward to your comments, looking forward to you actively engaging and really developing your leadership skills. I hope you found value in this video. So I look forward to your comments and see you in my next video. Thank you and do stay safe. Don't step out of your home, manage everything and keep doing right side processing. So I'll just now unshare the screen and I will look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.